80%. That's not a guess. That's not some bloke on a forum having a whinge. That is the figure the Australian Competition and Consumer Commission published after surveying over 2,000 caravan owners, and 80% of them said they'd experienced a fault with their van. Half of those said it was a major fault. Let me put that in plain language. If you buy a new caravan in this country, the odds of something going wrong are roughly the same as a coin flip, except the coin costs you 60, 80, sometimes $250,000. And the crazy part? That number covers more than 150 different brands. So the question isn't whether problems exist. The question is which brands keep giving people grief and which ones are still rolling down red dirt roads a decade later without skipping a beat. That's what we're doing today. 5 caravan brands I would never hitch to my tow bar in Australia, and 5 that, in my honest opinion, are built to last a lifetime. I'm Liam. I'm 50. I've been around caravans, workshops, and this industry my entire adult life. No sponsorships, no brand loyalty, nobody paying me a cent. Everything I'm about to say is backed by documented owner reports, ACK findings, recall notices, and first-hand trade experience. Let's get into it, starting with the 5 I'd avoid. Number 5 on the avoid list is Jurgens Australia. South African-owned, decent reputation overseas, but the Australian operation was plagued by financial trouble before it finally closed in 2022. If you bought a Jurgens and needed warranty work after that, good luck. No local factory, no local parts pipeline, and the resale value fell through the floor overnight. The lesson isn't that Jurgens built the worst van in the world. The lesson is that when a manufacturer's finances are shaky, you're the one left holding the bill. Company disappears, warranty goes with it. Full stop. Number 4 is a group rather than a single name, and I'm talking about the flood of budget Chinese imported campers and caravans that have poured into the market over the last decade. Mars, Easy Trail, and half a dozen others that pop up under a new badge every caravan show season. I'm not saying every imported van is rubbish. Bigger operators like MDC and Snowy River have genuinely lifted their game. But the no-name fly-by-night brands, the ones that appear at a show with rock-bottom prices and vanish 6 months later, different story. Owners have reported chassis corrosion within months, brake seals failing under 500 Ks, fittings rattling loose on the first gravel road, and when they ring for help, nobody home. If you cannot verify a physical Australian workshop, a proven parts supply chain, and at least 5 years of continuous operation, walk away. Number 3 is New Age caravans, and I know that will upset some people because plenty of owners love their vans. Fair enough. But the volume of complaints across consumer review platforms tells a story that's hard to ignore. Water leaks from shower fixtures and tunnel boots that took 5 attempts to fix. Fridges dislodging from their cavities mid-trip. Cheap tires fitted at the factory that bubbled and became unsafe to tow, and owners in Western Australia who couldn't even source replacements locally. Wiring faults that knocked out the electrics on one side of the van. Drawer catches that snap under normal driving conditions on sealed roads in a van marketed as off-road capable. And the common thread through almost every complaint is the after-sales service. Owner after owner reports being ghosted once the sale goes through, warranty claims dragged out for months, and repair work that had to be redone multiple times because it wasn't done properly in the first place. One owner dropped their van off for a floor repair in October and still hadn't seen it returned by the following January, with no clear communication from the manufacturer about when it would be ready. New Age have also had a formal safety recall covering 134 caravans after shock absorber brackets were found to potentially detach from the chassis frame during towing. That is a life safety issue. The vans look good in the showroom, I'll give them that. But looking good and holding together are 2 very different things. Quick favor before I get to the top two. If you're finding this useful, hit that subscribe button. It costs you nothing, and it helps this channel reach more people who might be about to make a very expensive mistake. On we go. Number 2, and this one will ruffle feathers, is Jayco. Before you come at me, let me be specific. Jayco is Australia's biggest caravan manufacturer. They sell a lot of vans, and plenty of people are happy with theirs. But the ACT has taken Jayco to federal court not once but twice. The first time, in 2017, for allegedly acting unconscionably toward 4 customers who had defective caravans with issues like roof collapses and persistent water leaks. The court found Jayco had misled at least one consumer about their rights. Then in 2025, the ACT went after them again, this time for allegedly misleading advertising on their Outback, all-terrain, and Crosstrack models. The regulator alleged Jayco showed these vans being towed through creek crossings, 4-wheel drive only tracks, and serious off-road terrain in their ads, while their own warranty specifically excluded damage from those exact conditions. Let me say that again. The ads showed the vans doing things the warranty wouldn't cover. That's the kind of thing that makes my blood boil. Because the people buying those vans trusted the marketing and then got left stranded when something broke on a track they were led to believe the van could handle. If you want a Jayco for park-to-park touring on bitumen, you can probably do all right. But if someone tells you their Outback model is built for the bush, check the warranty fine print before you hand over $1. And number 1 on the avoid list, the one I've been building to, is Zone RV. This was supposed to be the best of the best. Caravans starting at around $270,000. Boutique, premium, handcrafted on the Sunshine Coast. And in early 2025, the whole thing collapsed, leaving $42 million in debt. $42 million. Customers who had paid 5- and 6-figure progress payments were left with nothing. No van, no refund, no recourse. Zone had been using customer deposits to fund their day-to-day operations, a model the industry is now calling the customer as banker approach. When the music stopped, ordinary Australians lost their money. Some lost their life savings. The assets have since been bought by Essential Caravans, and the new owner has offered affected customers the chance to buy a van at cost price. But for people who already paid once and lost everything, finding tens of thousands more is a tough pill. Zone RV is the ultimate warning. A high price tag does not guarantee a safe investment. Right, now let's flip it, because it's not all doom. There are manufacturers in this country building caravans that genuinely go the distance, and the next 5 are the ones I'd put my own money behind. Number 5 on the Built to Last list is JB Caravans. Melbourne-based, Australian-made, and they've been at it since 2010. They use thick-tube Australian steel, stucco aluminium exteriors, and Raptor coating for sun and stone chip protection. Their off-road Gator and Scorpion models are designed for real conditions, not just marketing photos. JB have also expanded their portfolio recently and now sit behind several brands including New Age and Traveler, which shows they're building scale without abandoning their manufacturing roots. Not the flashiest name on the list, but solid where it counts. Number 4 is Retreat Caravans. Retreat flies under the radar compared to the bigger names, but industry reviewers and owners consistently rate them among the most reliable in the country. Their secret weapon is composite construction, a high-density material they call RXP, paired with strong aluminum framing. That build method massively reduces water ingress, which is the single biggest killer of caravans over time. Their off-grid range, the Fraser and the ERV, come loaded with Cruisemaster suspension, lithium batteries, and Sirius solar. Backed by a solid warranty and dealers who actually pick up the phone, Retreat is one of the smarter buys going. Number 3 is Lotus Caravans. Over 20 years in the game, Australian-made and widely regarded as one of the best off-road builders going. Their Trooper and off-grid models are favorites among gray nomads doing the big lap. Reinforced chassis, Cruisemaster suspension, Red Arc electrical systems, and interiors that feel like a proper home. Owners report doing tens of thousands of hard outback Ks, including the Gibb River Road and Cape Levesque, with nothing more than a minor appliance hiccup under warranty. 6-year-old Lotuses are still going strong, and owners keep coming back for their second and third. That kind of repeat business tells you everything. Number 2 is Caravan Caravans. Family built in Brisbane for over 60 years, 3 generations of the Gall family. If you've seen the Gall Boys documentaries, you've watched these vans thrash through some of the harshest terrain in Australia, and they come out looking like they've been for a Sunday drive. Hot-dipped galvanized chassis, high-tensile interlocked aluminium frames, solar as standard, and a build quality owners consistently describe with one word: over-engineered. That is exactly what you want. 800 kilometers from the nearest mechanic. Caravan don't build thousands of vans a year. They build them properly, and the wait list reflects that. And number 1, the brand I'd trust above all others heading into the deep outback, is Bush Tracker. Every single one is custom built from a blank canvas at their Sunshine Coast factory. Hot-dipped galvanized double laminated chassis, 60-ton tensile axles, massive water capacity, huge solar and lithium setups, and a build philosophy that prioritizes survival-grade durability over showroom sparkle. They are heavy, they are expensive, and they are, in my honest opinion, the closest thing to indestructible this industry has ever produced. You will find Bush Trackers in the Kimberley, the Simpson, and deep Western Australia that have been on the road for 15 years, still running without a major issue. That is not marketing, that is documented owner history. So let's do the recap. 5 to avoid. Jurgens Australia, budget no-name Chinese imports. New Age, Jayco's so-called off-road range, and Zone RV. 5 that last. JB Caravans, Retreat, Lotus, Caravan, and Bush Tracker. My honest takeaway, and it's the same one I always give, is this. The Australian caravan industry has a quality problem. The AC has said it, the data has proven it, and too many families have lived it. But the industry also has genuine craftspeople building extraordinary machines right here on Australian soil. The gap between the best and the worst is enormous, and your job as a buyer is to land on the right side of it. Do not buy on emotion at a caravan show. Do not hand over a large deposit without checking financial stability, warranty track record, and owner reviews on independent platforms. Talk to people who've actually lived in the van for a year, not people who just drove it off the lot. And if something feels off, if the warranty language is vague, if the price seems too good to be true, trust that feeling. Walk away. There will always be another van. There won't always be another $60,000. If this helped you, share it with someone you know who's in the market. It might save them a fortune. I'll see you in the next one. Drive safe and check the builder before you check the brochure. This content reflects the presenter's honest opinions based on publicly available information, including AC reports, published recall notices, documented owner reviews, and first-hand industry experience at the time of recording. Individual experiences may vary. Always conduct your own independent research and seek professional advice before making any purchasing decision.